Bienvenido. Welcome, I'm Oni Boy, your favorite hobby tourist. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Before starting, I just want to make sure how's the audio. I was checking on my end. It sounds like it's okay, but I want to make sure it's okay for you all. But yeah, just wait a moment. I don't know if the music's too loud or if my audio's too loud. Either would be great to know. I guess before starting, how are you? Hey, I see that Lourdes Cruz is in here. Welcome. Always a pleasure to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a quick minute. I mean, I did see that you did leave a comment in the last video, which is always appreciated. I do post videos every Monday. They're usually gaming videos, but I am actually working on a design video, so hopefully that will be coming out soon. I'll see when. Hey, welcome in, Cloud Chica. Always a pleasure to see you. How are you all doing? For me, I've had a pretty busy day, I would say. Just like obviously the regulars, my dailies, my walk. I always go for a nice walk. I had to clean today. I guess some people enjoy it. But I was gonna say, who enjoys cleaning? Probably not too many people. It is a chore. But I had to clean, and then I had some work and stuff, and now I get to enjoy myself chatting with all of you. And whoever watches this later, later in the day. A lot of people watch this, later at night when they're working or something. Thank you. I seriously appreciate it. And it was the thing I've been doing in other streams. I keep forgetting to find the name of the person where I heard this first. So leave 3 emojis, kind of giving me like a little hint of your week, and I would love to guess. I would love to guess how your week has been going by using these 3 emojis. You don't have to tell me, but it is one of those things. I think it's kind of fun, and it's like a little way I can connect with you all. Oh, maybe I could do my own. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do 3 emojis. Let's see. 3 emojis describing my week. Let's go with let's see. Let's see. No, I'm gonna go with let's do this. And let's go with one of these. And also I'm gonna do one of these. All right, so there it is. I popped it in. Oni Boy, there it is. Yeah, I thought that'd be like a fun little thing just showing. It's kind of my week so far. Like I said, just been busy running around all over the place, just talking nonstop. Yes. Anyways, for anyone who doesn't know who I am, like I said, I'm Oni Boy, your favorite hobby tourist, and probably my biggest hobby or favorite thing I love is games. And I'm actually working on my own game. I'm working on an action adventure game heavily inspired by Caribbean mythology. So you go, I'll pop up the name for you. There it is. It's called Oris. It is a game where, like I said, you go island to island, going helping people and creatures, and the creatures could actually help you too. And here I'll give you a little example of one of the characters. So here it is. This is one of the characters that you would find in the game. In the finished version, you'll actually be able to customize your own character. But here's an example of one of the characters. They're called Ishi. You play the game as an Ishi. You are unique in a way that you chose to be loved by creatures. These magical, spiritual creatures from another world called the Zemizone. The creature on the side in this image is actually not one of these Oris that I mentioned earlier. This is something else that I'm kind of leaving a little bit of a mystery to it, but it is like your source of magic and way of you use your magic is actually honey magic, which is kind of fun. And you go around the game, like I said, you go around helping people and helping Oris, and the Oris can actually join you on your adventure, which I think will be very fun. And I thought, since I haven't actually shown the game in a quick, like in a bit, I was like, you know what? I should probably show it today. Hey, actually, you know what? Here, my head is a little too big. Let's reduce my size. Let's make me a little smaller. There we go, right? Wait, I think that's not too bad, right? Or maybe a little smaller, even then. Okay. Let's make this a little, wait, keep me on the bottom. Lock me in. And then make this a little bigger for you all. Okay. So, like I said, this is still very early in development. You know, this is like I'm still working on like a prototype version. You know, there's an example of the MC. There's an early build. I still haven't retouched her. If I want to retouch her, I'll see soon. I don't know when, but soon I will be adding to her, fixing her up. This is like the old version. I want to bring it back to the other version I shared a moment ago. But yeah, so like I said, this is just in engine. This is obviously, like I said, it's very rough. The final version will look very different. This is just an example of what would the semi-zone would look like. It wouldn't be a cube. I already have in mind it's going to be more like a dome or like a bubble, like a sphere-ish looking thing to it. So when you go into a semi-zone, you would you would be sent into like a dungeon. Think of it like that way. Kind of like in a lot of like an instant if you've played other games. So this is just like just to get the idea across. You go in and inside the semi-zone would have completely different rules, and maybe it's like upside down gravity, maybe underwater. You have totally different areas. So I think that'll be really interesting in the game. I just did that like where it's showing like these things floating, something like that. Just an example. So like, oh, you go in and like, oh, there's like floating rocks versus that we're outside in the regular islands. The area, I would say, is treated a little more like our world. I mean, yes, there are magical creatures, which that is actually one of the things. I'm going to walk over to one of the magical creatures just hanging out over there in the distance. So in the game, the magical creatures, the Oris, they live in this world called the semi-zone. So it is extremely dangerous for them. That's actually why they love our world, but there is a catch. They can't stay long in our world. So what they do is they actually want to befriend people to make bonds. You're like, well, they can make bonds with people or with other things, which I'll leave a little ambiguous because I thought it would be fun. So here's an example of one of the Oris. This little character is called a Scory. It's like a little scorpion boy baby thing. So its whole deal is it goes around wearing these masks and is able to scare its opponent or whatever it is. But as soon as it loses the mask, it kind of cowers in fear. So it is, but it's very much like a protector. It's like you'll see it like we'll be like wanted to protect like its friends or even you if it ends up joining your team. Yeah, so like I said, you go around and you would have a small team of these creatures. But like, so that's actually one thing that's a little unique about you as a character. So you're an Ishi. So normally people have maybe one or two Oris bonded to them. But Ishi are actually have the ability, since they chose to. Like it's not like, oh, you are like the chosen one. No, you actually choose to be an Ishi. It's like, oh, I'm actively wanting to be an Ishi, taking part into this. By doing so in the game, you are telling Oris that I want to be your friend. And there is like almost like a dance to it. Like you don't like in like Pokemon where you own the creature. You don't actually own anybody in this game. Most monster tamers are like that. It's like I would actually even almost want to retract from saying it's a monster tamer, just because it's more like you befriend the monsters and they join you on your adventure. You are actually an active character in the game. You actually do battle. You protect people. You go around on your adventure, and these Oris will help you out. They're like, hey, I want to join you. or somebody who calls my attention. You know, you're someone I want to, like, as a leader, as a friend. And that is kind of the theme I want in this game. You going around and befriending creatures and whatnot. And one of the things that's going to be really unique, at least I feel it's going to be really unique, especially for a monster tamer. I don't think I've seen too much in other games even. But either way, one of the things is when you go, let's say you're going on an adventure. You're like, oh, I'm going to go on this adventure. I'm going to go to this other island, save these people. You have to look in your, I don't know, your inventory or whatever. You're like, hey, who is available to join me on my adventure? And you go and you're like, hey, Scory's available. But let's say Jamito, which is like a cat. He's not here right now. I actually removed him because I was updating him. So Jamito, he's not available today. He's actually available tomorrow because Jamito's in the city. And you actually go to the city and you'd actually find him often doing his own thing or their own thing. So that's going to be one of the things a little interesting, is that the creatures have their own lives in a way. They have their own thing. They're doing their own stuff. You don't own them. You know, they're not just like in the box permanently. It's like, no, we're hanging out. We're doing our own stuff. And just these days we're available. So hit us up and I'll join you on your adventure, which I think will be very different and it'll feel very good. And the more you befriend your creature, the longer or the more available they'll be. You know, where it's maybe you just make their bond. You only have them like once a week. You're like, oh wow, you're only available once a week for adventures? I was like, okay. But the more you befriend them, more things you do that they like, because they'll have randomized each, like everyone will have their own thing. Like let's say this Scory over here really likes minerals. You know, as an example, since it's, oh yeah, he's like, so if you collect minerals and give them minerals, they're like, hey, maybe my friendship goes up. And it doesn't have to be giving. It could also be doing things. Like maybe you find Scory in town playing a game. You could actually join him on the game. And then if you're playing the game with him, he's like, hey, you know, I actually really like spending time with you. So they'll add to that like friend meter in that way. And it could go down too if you don't spend time with them. You know, you end up not going with them and it goes down. So I think that'll be really interesting and different. All right. Oops, sorry. I did not mean to make that spin like crazy. But let's go back and make me big again. Oops, did not mean to make me disappear. Oh no, I have no legs. Okay. All right. Like I said, but yeah, I thought that would just be a little taste, just a little overview of what my game is about, what I'm working on. I'll share a lot more, hopefully very soon. Just been really busy this week. Next week, it should probably be a little less hectic for me, so I should be able to share a lot more. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for hanging out. Oh, actually, you know what? If you really want to help, please like the video, share with your friends, subscribe. And if you're like, oh, you know, I really want to help this guy out, like I really like what he's doing, join the Discord. You know, I have a Discord in the description. I would love to hang out, talk with people, you know, go more to it. And I also have a website. Yeah, and I have a website. I have some merch. I have like little keychains and stickers. That's even more help. You know, all of that is just like all adds up to working on my game. And like I said, it's still early on, but I know over time this is going to happen. Even if I get no money from this, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it by myself. But obviously the more help I get, the more I could actually add people, have people help me. Because right now it's just me, you know. But like I said, thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful day and see you next time.